Hey, welcome to Going Insane with Temper Shemaine. It's me. Good morning. Don't know what day it is. It doesn't matter. It is 3:52 in the morning. I fell asleep really early. Oh, by the way, like and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you'll get notified next time a video drops. Leave a comment, even if it's just emoji, really helps to promote the video, and share if you are so led. Hey, thank you. I appreciate you. Really, really. So I popped up out of bed. Well, I woke up a couple times, but that's because I slept so long and I got rested. When you're tired, you need to rest, especially during the ascension. It's a high priority. Okay, it just is. I mean, even if you're just doing your basic activities and then nothing else, just sleeping in between. That's starts itching as soon as I get in here. So I'm already. I think I woke up in the message. Quite frankly, that's where I was. Okay, so I woke up and I was sitting there and I was thinking, what time is it? Yo, what time is it? And so I picked up my phone and I looked, and it was like 3 o'clock. And I put it back down. I'm like, well, I could just hang out here in bed for an hour. And obviously that didn't happen. And well, I can see who's in my lineup. Well, one of my faves, she doesn't do many, but when she does a reading, she packs a wallop. Always has. I've been a part of her tribe since the beginning, and of her channel and of my journey. So she feels like an old friend. I've never had a one-on-one with her, but we're aware of each other, trust me. And one of her videos had dropped. And so when I see one of her videos, I'm like, oh boy, because she's a medium. I mean, like a straight up medium. And I'm gonna, and I was, it was dropped on me to remark that the videos, especially since December, have been geared towards me and my journey in profound ways. And so, okay, I have to play a little bit of her video that dropped because it's profound. It's going to help confirm for some of you who listen. But in my previous videos, I talked about an addiction one. I talked about cigarettes being my blankie and that they're the last thing I need to put down. Guess what? Anything we're attached to in the 3D is a codependency. I'm not allowed to have a codependency. I'm like, bork. But okay. So I told him before I started this video, I'm like, okay, I'm ready. I'm tired. So I'm telling you, we have to, if we record our walk transparently, it'll encourage somebody. And so that's what I'm doing. I am being authentically me, standing in my integrity without a mask on, trusting my gang, to support me through this and to follow their lead, because why would I argue? Why would I argue? Even when it comes to my blankie. You know, if you can get the kid to give up their pacifier, their binky, or their blankie willingly, it's easier for them to then go, okay, tra la la la, and go find something else to do. So I'm going to play this for you. Star Moon Angel 1111. That's her YouTube channel. Her name's Victoria, and she's from Jersey. She's so cute. She makes me laugh so hard. Okay, she just does. I mean, like, we would be friends. Totally. I feel like she is my friend. But she's got thousands of followers, okay? So, here we go. Be honest. I don't know what kind of a synchronicity you guys remember. Again, even if it sounds like I'm rambling, I'm channeling. It's like, and if I go in and out and it sounds like I'm going in and out of an intro, it's okay? Every reading is an intuitive exercise. They emphasize that every time, meaning don't look at a reading. They can't say it enough from a standpoint of, like, like I always say, subordinate and teacher. Like, you watching a reading to hear someone tell you what to do. No. I'm going to be very, very clear. They're going to be very clear. They're going to give you specifics. But I am channeling the energy. This is a collective. What that means is it's a two-way street. I can't. What am I channeling if you guys are not? We are engaged in this together because time doesn't exist. So, what that means is, when they give me specifics, they're going to have me emphasize what is most prevalent. But everybody has one to believe in the message. This may or may not resonate. You relate here energetically. At any time, it's timeless. All readings on this channel are going to be different, and they're all timeless. Some things here for you, but it is your already engaged in the process of channeling your energy. You have to continue to be engaged consciously. As in, pick up on the little things, even if I don't mention it. Okay? I'm not talking about the smoke, I'm talking about you see this, you see that, whatever, anything. I could be saying that it's just different, resonates with your dog or your brother or your ex-boyfriend, your ex-husband. You have the power to engage with the energy in that way. This sage smells like shit. If that's a synchronicity, only you would know. But it was off-putting because it doesn't smell like it usually smells. And it was off-putting. I don't even know what it smells like. Again, this is sage is used. I'm getting so much right now. Again, they have me focus. They have things like that happening. It really is just so they can get into my energy. I'll get a lot from that message. Because remember, the reason I'm able to do it is it's the ability to be able to really focus. That was their process of having me laser really focus on that one thing. Because they know by me being in that space that they can guide me to the messages. Number one, for whatever reason, this is not a health related channel, but if you feel it in the gut, somebody here needs to fucking stop smoking. Okay? Literally. Seven of Pentacles is it up. It's random, involuntary. I'm really excited about using this deck, by the way. Freaking love the art. The Seven of Pentacles is the card that talks about reaping what you sowed. The Seven of Pentacles is the card that shows somebody in the traditional tarot looking back at a bush of all the Seven Pentacles, all the things, made on the material plane, and where it's taking them. And if you see here, literally, with the Fool in reverse, remember I can get the same card, I read into it. Fool in reverse. I'm not reading it as a brand new meaning. I'm
Reading that as in like literally being a fool with your life. Okay? Because it looks so funny and walking, looking smug as a like I'm just living my life. Right? I'm just living my life. But all of these pentacles here have legs. And pentacles are things that are sitting in the material plane. So while you're out there living that kind of a life, and it's weird because it kind of looks like smoke back here, right? Doesn't it? You see? Even though it's like water, it looks like smoke. Your foundation is just running away from you for being foolish. Now, that doesn't have to. The whole smoking thing absolutely has something to do with someone. Because if they had me say that's for a reason. But like I said, intuitive exercise. That can apply in so many ways to your life. If they had me channel that message, yep, it's for a reason. It applies to everyone in one way or another. Eight of Wands is very quick movement forward. The arrows of love is travel. It's sudden movement forward. The devil, everything that holds you shackled. And look at the image here. This is from the Dame of Darcy Queen Alice Tarot. My first time I love already. I love decks that like have art. She's a cartoonist. Here they are. They're literally dressed like what? What did I just say? Like fools. That's how I channeled it. Being foolish. Not looking at their own energy, pointing at each other. Like, nah, that's worse. No, that's worse. No, that's worse. No, that's worse. But it's just the devil keeping you both shackled. Okay, and the message here is if you don't change this behavior, and this is for you and someone else in your life in general, period. The Eight of Wands that could move forward very quickly with roses can also very easily move quickly towards an ending that you do not want. Because again, they could be focused differently every time. Look at the Eight of Wands.
So there you have it. There you have it. That's the higher realms trying to speak softly to me with the warning of the shout following if I'm not paying attention. I'm not perfect. I'm aiming for it. But I'm a long way from it. And so that's where we begin today. By the way, welcome. Thanks for coming back. Thanks for dropping in. If you're new, hit the subscribe button. So I've already blessed and I've shuffled, already gotten tapped in, tuned in, turned on, ready to start my day with my shit kickers on. Well, not literally, but I got my shit kicker hat on and my cool jean vest. Okay, so love team, gang, gang. It's your message, not my message. Make me a clear channel. Transparent channel for a very clear and precise message for the souls watching and for myself as we move forward in this day, in this journey towards new earth. Amen. Everybody take a breath. I've shuffled the heck out of these earlier as I was getting ready. Okie dokie. my pillow under my behind. Oh my goodness. Any others? Hope everybody's doing well. Hope everybody's finding their joy, their 0.0 point. Even with this literally a wake-up call, right? I mean, it was like, I went, whoop. And then I put back to joy. I asked for help. I followed my own advice and tried and true past video stuff, right? Previous video stuff. I'm not speaking as someone who knows what to do, but then doesn't do it. My integrity is all I got. And I like it. Because it keeps my channel clear. 3 times? I guess I'm doing it 3 times. But then less stuff to go and have to undo or revisit or apologize for or take accountability for from a stance of shouldn't have. I'm not sure why. Really sorry. It wasn't a very thoughtful thing, or please forgive me because I can't undo that now. So anyway, you get what I'm saying. Okay. Please add to this message. Any others? They've got something to say today, guys. Obviously, this is important. It's not a. This is not a tickle you, tickle me video. But I will say that my more lighthearted readers that they pop in for me first thing in the morning usually, and they usually are pretty spot on. And if not, that's okay because they don't resonate. I just take that as where a certain wave of the collective is, and I take note because that's what I do. I'm trying to gauge how things are progressing. It's not all about me. It's about the entire ocean of light workers that are approaching and how everybody's doing in their particular, because waves, it sucks water back, curls up, comes in, and then the water's mixed up, and then another wave. And so you can, sometimes you just separate from a direction altogether for a while. But I still want to know how they're doing. Any others? Okay, guys. Let's do this, shall we? Yes, let's push that on. Salt lamp over here. Okay, I think we're good. Alrighty then. 5 and 8. That's 13. So that's a 4. Foundational. Vanishing mirror. Ego. Sublimation. It's Timmy. It's through me, but it's not from me. Okay. This is not a good time, first thing in the morning, to say Lego my ego. Not in this case, okay? Ego sublimation. Oh, vanishing mirror, ego sublimation, letting go of self-centeredness, becoming a vessel of possibility. Do you ever wonder if your self-definition has become too rigid, too fixed around what you've come to learn so that you contract your life into zones of safe versus unsafe? Question mark. This here this here is okay, but over there, well, that might be too risky. Judgment, fear, self-righteousness, and overconfidence are only some of the traits that keep you from evolving. Breathe that in. Okay. Judgment, fear, self-righteousness, and overconfidence are only some of the traits that keep you from evolving. We are all products of our conditioning, so remember that this is part of the human experience. Unplug. Come on, Neo. Red pill or blue pill? You're not meant to remain static, seeking only what you expect, even if it appears ambitious, is still too narrow. Wow, that's powerful. Say that again. Yet you are not meant to remain static, seeking only what you expect, even if it appears ambitious, is still too narrow. You go nowhere when you hesitate to move out of your comfort zone. When you focus too much on yourself, this way you become a servant of the ego. It edges God out. It edges God out, removing the magic of possibility. Removing the magic of possibility. Just last night's message, right? He's the guarantor, but not if he's not invited to the table. Oh my goodness. Imagine looking into a mirror and seeing only what you are now. If you can let your self-definition soften, moving beyond the veil to your potential, a magical emptiness exists where all things are possible. If you can let your self-definition soften, moving beyond the veil to your potential, a magical emptiness exists where all things are possible. Look again. Who could you be? What would you see reflected if you allowed yourself to be other than how you define yourself now? I'd be a cowgirl not pulling around a little blankie through the cow shit. My dad, he he would just, I mean, part of the reason he would hated seeing me smoking. I mean, his mom died from smoking, but the reason he hated seeing me smoking was because he didn't want me to die. I mean, I get that, but I was so busy going, well, you're the reason I do smoke, but and I guess at some level, I was glad it ticked him off. I'm over that now. Morning, Daddy-O. See, I love you too. Look again. Who could you be? What would you see reflected if you allowed yourself to be other than how you define yourself now? Nothing less is required of you. Nothing less is required of you now. In this moment, let go of who you think you are and allow a new you to emerge. You will recognize yourself as what you are, a partner in co-creation, in service to the divine. Doesn't it feel good? Yes, 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 yes. Present, here. Okay, so you'll recognize this one if you come every morning. 9. Or was that a different reading? Well, I don't know. Winter's dream, gestation period. Oh, yes. Gestation period. Babies for mammals, gestation period. Yes, yes. Yes, yes. Okay, moving right along. Okay, winter's dream, gestation period, sanctuary, conscious awareness. The winter's dream is a summons to go within. Your life force longs to turn inward like the sap of trees running to the roots. Cast your gaze down or forward. Cast your gaze toward the deep and hidden places in your heart. Come to rest again in the sanctuary and safety of your soul and be at peace, basking in your crystalline clarity in that quiet place. This is not hibernation. Do not fall asleep. Take your quiet, wakeful nature with you into stillness and know that you are replenishing your life force. Trust that deeply buried seeds inside your soul, the ones you planted even before you were born, are stirring softly, ready to awaken with the spring. But do not try to rouse them early. Instead, surrender to the quiet of winter's dream. Winter's dream can lull you into a slumber where you can lose consciousness and become caught in a nightmare. Awaken, awaken. Find that easy return to wakefulness that brings you to clarity. This is the time to set your priorities in order, yet not act on any of them. Allow the clarity and transparency that comes with winter's dream to permeate your heart and soul. The time for action will come later. Remember that all things are born of dreams, and your task is to wake up within the dream to lucidly guide it to your chosen destination. So they reminded me as I was reading that I was talking about the other videos that um, and there seems to be another shift collectively happening. I was talking about the waves, right? And where I'm the wave I'm on within a part of, very just one drop of water waving on its own. That can't happen. Just saying. there's a shift, and it's a test, and they're letting people know it's a test. Okay, souls. Okay, ninja seal souls. It's a test, just like the reading last night. Okay, this is more confirmation of where you're at and that it's okay. Pay attention to what the test is. Check, check. Like a mic check, check, check. When triggers or issues or flashes of memory or circumstances or situations or whatever, you'll know. You'll know. Trust me. Just then ask for the help you need from Gang Gang, okay? Gang Gang, they will come. You have to invite them. They do not expect us to do this alone. I cannot stress that enough. You're not alone. 20. Look, we're changing numbers. So that means there's a shift. Hello. That's why the numbers are important. That's why I keep saying them, in case you were wondering. A merry motive. A merry motive. Key concepts. Knowing your own motives, understanding what drives you to meet your goals, the momentum your attention creates, the wisdom behind your intentions. You've chosen a path, you've set an intention, and you've begun to move toward a goal. You feel compelled to keep going, but do you know the why behind the strive? Do you truly want what you're pursuing, or are you chasing a destination with the anticipation of how it will make others feel about you or feel about yourself? Let that sink in. What are your motives? Is it for the greatest good of all, or is it the greatest good for the small? I don't know. They're just asking to kind of take more of an objective look. Rewatch last night's reading. Maybe that'll help. Make others feel about you or feel about yourself. That's in parentheses, the last part. You must choose to be in the flow of the experience, relishing the moment. Surrender your expectations to a higher power rather than being guided by your limited self. We don't have the big picture, people. The highest path for the greatest good of all. It's got to be reinforced, even on a daily, okay? Guided by your limited self. The most important aspect to consider now is where you place your focus, because that's where your energy will flow. What you're paying attention to, that's what you're manifesting. And that's where your energy's going. So your intentions need to be right. And you need to really think, because if it's lack, it's lack. If it's trauma, it's trauma. If it's, let me keep reading, sorry. Because that's where energy will flow. If you are resentful, the outer world will show you more opportunities to be resentful. Powerful. That's powerful. There's no two ways about that. That's powerful. If you are resentful, the outer world will show you more opportunities to be resentful. If you are envious of others, competitive, and overly ambitious, you will always feel as if you are not enough. That's how it works. It's a test. Test, test. Check, check. They're giving you the answers. You can cheat. It's an open book test. They want you to fully come to the front of your mind with this awareness. Like me, first thing said smoking. I'm like, okay, cut the cord, Michael, cut the cord, cut the cord. I don't want it attached to me anymore. Test, test, check, check. Do the steps that work. It's open book test. If you focus on, you'll always feel as if you're not enough. If you focus on gratitude and compassion for others, you will see even more reasons to be grateful and loving. It's true. When you look for abundance, it has an uncanny way of multiplying in your life. So if you're unsure about your motives, the results will be just as unclear. So if you're unsure about your motives, if you're not sure what your motives are for why you're pursuing a particular thing, the results will be just as unclear. That's why they say write it out. Get specific. Like I was saying when I built my house, in my mind, I have details. And I wanted to solidify it, so I sketched it out, and I'm no artist, but it came out quite well. You can see what's going on there. Be specific. Be very laser focused, like this, to the most minute details that you can get about the end result. When you look for abundance, it has an uncanny way of multiplying in your life. So if you're unsure about your motives, the results will be just as unclear. Dig deep to understand your why. If your true desire is to experience X, let go of your attachment to the form that X is supposed to come in. If your true desire is to experience X, let go of your attachment, snip, 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 to the form that the X is supposed to come in. Make sure your motive is merry and joyful, clear and honest, and aim true. I'm an archer, so I get that. Y'all understand? I know you do. It may be contrary to how you're usually approaching a situation, but that's what we're redoing. We're reprogramming on purpose with the intention to unprogram, to quit being attached to the undivine matrix. Let's get through this veil, okay? We only have a little way to go. And I'm right there with you. I'm not on the other side yet. I'm right here. Hi. We're temperance. we we are temperance. How many of me are there? Well, me and my alter egos are becoming temperance. I'm detailing what I want temperance to look like, be like, act like, um, attain, achieve. You know, I'm I'm putting it together. I'm getting as precise as I can, and now it's without having a cigarette hanging out of my mouth or stinking up my car. Okay, okay. Make sure your motive is merry and joyful, clear and honest, and aim true. Trust that the universe will provide the outcome that is perfect match for your intention. It always does. Amen. Another 9. And then if you add these two, those are 9. Grand Symphony. Grand Symphony, key concepts: inclusivity, being part of the whole, removing bias, seeing the interconnectedness of all, knowing that everything you do has consequence, and unity consciousness, and the end of division. So flipping good at this. Boy, that is encouraging, isn't it? Well, let's read on, Trace. Okay. Okay. I can't wait to hear. This is exciting for me. As human beings, we have a tendency to see ourselves as separate from others. This perception is the root of the cosmic joke played on us all. Oh, that's the cosmic ha ha ha. Let's read more. Although our five senses and intellect can help us manage our experiences in the material world, and intuition helps us navigate the invisible, we still struggle with the issue of identity and how we fit into the whole. Let that sink in. Let that sink in. I'm on the ride too, people. You're facing a paradox today. You need to focus on being your unique self, for only you can bring your own special harmony to the symphony of the world. But equally, you need to learn to be selfless and put we before me. So you're selfish in the love of self, selfish, but you're selfless because ultimately it's about the big picture, not the puzzle piece, but the puzzle. Previous videos, okay. You're facing a paradox today. You need to focus on being your unique self, for only you can bring your own special harmony to the symphony of the world. But equally, you need to learn to be selfless and put we before me, seeing yourself as part of the consciousness that unifies all. You're being invited to step back and see the bigger picture until your individual part on the world stage disappears and blends with the glory of all life. Amen. That's a great visual, right? Camera, the zoom out, not fade to black, but zoom out. So, there's satellite on one guy on the street, and then a satellite camera, and all of a sudden you see the globe. Every soul is a focal point across the globe. And then you could get to as minute as an insect, too, every insect. Blow my mind. Until your individual part on the world stage disappears and blends with the glory of all life. It's true that who you are and what you do counts in far reaching ways. Consider this, though. When you listen to music, it's the whole, not any single note on its own, that makes the song come alive. I wrote a poem once called Harmony, and I think I've lost it. It was in a frame. It was made for such a time as this. I wonder where it went. So today, ask yourself, can you be a part of something bigger? Can you put the principles and needs of the group above your own wants? Can you finally embrace the concept of unity and diversity by celebrating all the notes in the symphony? If so, then you will indeed be wise, and whatever you are dreaming about will be fulfilled beyond your wildest hopes. It's time to do your part, to sing in harmony with others, stay in tune, and learn the new harmonies and notes. Such sweetness will arise. Amen. 7. Opening to discovery. air balloon to the stars. That'd be quite the balloon ride, wouldn't it? Woo! Makes me nervous thinking about it. I mean, I can go on like the Hoover Dam and stuff. I'd probably be okay at the Grand Canyon as long as I didn't hang off the ledge. But I'm not a real big fan of heights. I mean, it doesn't scare me, but I mean, I don't mind flying in an airplane. I've thought about balloon riding before. I've even thought about jumping out of an airplane. I had a friend who used to be a pilot. Well, he's transcended now, but he was a pilot and he liked to skydive and he wanted to take me um, tandem, me in front of him. I might have done it actually with him. I really trusted him. I miss him. Anyway, opening to discovery. Key concepts. Small bits of data you collect from the world to form ideas. The transfer of vital information via the universe always speaking to you. The need to integrate information and be discerning about what you expose yourself to. Okay. Protecting our self love boundaries, right? Our country, our perimeter. Just saying, you have to enforce the border, okay? You really should enforce the border. Okay. We tune into transformation from our outer environment, then assign meaning to it within our psyches. Every day, however, the amount of data we sort through exceeds what we're capable of processing, especially since the advent of the internet. We have been bombarded with more than we could ever hope to absorb. Therefore, it's important to be mindful of what we expose ourselves to. Touche. Consistent exposure to unhealthy messages invites us into a cynical, fear based worldview. Turn off the TV, people. On the other hand, conscious exposure conscious exposure to information supporting our well-being shifts us towards no, shifts us toward growth and expansion. The choice, though, is not always obviously ours, which is why we must be discerning on a daily basis. It's a muscle. Discernment is a muscle, and so is intuition, okay? It just is. You have to exercise it. The universe is always engaging us. We are part of it, after all, through, through synchronicity, omens, and other signs that point toward our best path, the highest path for the greatest good of all, not the small. Our intuition helps us tune in and see our environment like an oracle. However, this new information doesn't always make sense right away, so being curious and non resistant is key. Let that sink in. However, this new information doesn't always make sense right away, so being curious and non resistant is key to learning. Today, be open to receiving important information that may come from an unusual source. Today, it says. It didn't say soon, it says today, okay? So whenever you're watching it, it doesn't have to be the day I recorded it, right? It can be the day that it came to you. Hello, people in the future, which is everybody to me. Okay, information that may come from an unusual source. The universe wants to help you, but recognizing the way this aid will arrive depends on your willingness to shut out superfluous noise. Maybe you need to take a break from social media, gossip, or the news. It's not my message, people. Their message. That part's not even to me because I don't watch TV. I don't hang out um, on social medias. I have a ministry on Facebook, but I kind of just drop things in, check if anybody's commented, and then I'm out. I check some of my people's stuff, like the funny stuff. I like the funny stuff. Anywho, our intuition, other signs that point toward our best path. Our intuition helps us to tune in and see our environment like an oracle. However, this new information doesn't always make sense right away, so being curious and non resistant is key to learning. Today, be open to receiving important information that may come from an unusual source. The universe wants to help you, but recognizing the way this aid will arrive depends on your willingness to shut out superfluous noise. Maybe you need to take a break from social media gossip or the news. Don't let yourself get distracted. Listen without attachment. Compassionate detachment. Previous video, okay? And see what arises in your life. Expect a message from the universe, and you shall have it. You shall have it. You shall have it. You shall have it. The way it works. Oh my gosh, this one again. What? Deliver your greatest gift to the world. Your future's so bright, you have to wear rose-colored shades. You are the gift to the world. Okay. I don't even know what the rest of them are. I keep them face down. Deliver your greatest gift to the world. Go ahead. The world is ready for you. The real you. The true and authentic you. That you have been hiding somewhere because someone once told you that it's not okay to be fully seen. There's no reward for being falsely humble. Your brilliance and luminosity don't diminish the light of anyone else. It only gives others permission to come forward fully too. Life simply wants you Life simply wants more life. Your role is to become the fullest expression of the life you have been that you have been blessed with in your playful purpose here now. Capitals now. Cosmic Catalyst. When and why did I first diminish my light? Who played a role, knowingly or unknowingly, in diminishing it? This has played a role. Now, whose fault is it? Look at each of the names you wrote out during your cosmic catalyst and send love and forgiveness towards that person. Sounds like we need to work on that some more. I am a galactic starseed blooming, and it's an 8. Look, there's our horny cactus from last night. Oh, and there's our beautiful garden. We've been maintaining it, and the butterflies are coming. Look at the pretty. That's exciting. It This is a very balanced. It's like, okay, focus, 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 and saying, look, you're doing it at the same time. It's an open book test. Test, test. Ooh-wee. Oh, my nose is itchy. I am a galactic starseed blooming. The veil has been lifted to allow you to remember your galactic mission here. Thanks for joining me, by the way. I am a galactic starseed blooming. Our lives are born in the seeds we've planted. I am a galactic starseed blooming. The seeds are designed to be abundant and adaptive. I am a galactic starseed blooming. The right seeds always bloom When we provide the nourishment, sunlight, and water, I am a galactic starseed blooming. What seeds have I planted that are ready to bloom? What seeds have I planted that are ready to bloom? Cosmic checkbox. Allow yourself 3 nourishing actions today to allow your starseed to bloom. Should these be added to your schedule to do more regularly? Allow yourself 3 nourishing actions, self-nourishing actions today to allow your starseed to bloom. You know, we started this message with one of mine. So what's yours? I mean, they want you to be specific. They want you to think about this. This is proactive thinking. Okay, next message. Everyone take a breath. We're all chemical artists. And that's 10. Oh, by the way, the sun represents the masculines, and the moon represents the feminines. And that looks like harmony to me, whether it's inside or um, moving forward in as the counterparts come together, because they are. It's taken a while, but they're coming together, and it's all astrologically laid out as well. It's very okay. Here we go again. It's cute, Crooked Tracy. Okay, if you say so, I say so. Oh, the alchemical artist attributes: creativity, artistry, new combinations, transcendence, greater self. You may know of alchemy, the science of transmutation, from the ancient efforts to turn lead into gold. But there is another greater purpose: to transform from your small self into your greater self. The alchemical artist stands ready to transform the ordinary into the extraordinary, creating art from new combinations of what is in front of you. The earth's purpose is to bring beauty, truth, and new ideas through their creation. You are the ultimate creation ready to evolve. As both the artist and the creation, you can become the alchemical artist. Potential questions to ask this archetype. This list is different from the other cosmic Q&A cards. Don't use words. Rather than writing your answers, draw pictures using either your dominant or non-dominant hand, or try both. What is my own unique art? Why haven't I put why haven't I put out my greatest art yet? Which form of creative expression is something I can consider to going back to or adding into my life? What ways can I into my continue my alchemy into my greater self? What relationships, gifts, and learnings from my own base material are now ready to transform into something more? There you have it. Materials here, you know, you can, if you feel like you need to rewind it, rewind it. If you think the cheat sheets are here, rewind it and write it down on a cheat sheet that's there in your hand. Do what you got to do, people. This is not a game. This is not a game. I mean, it's a little bit chess matchy, but chess is not really a game. it's a thinking man's game. And anyway, okay. Seven of Raphael. Seven of Raphael. Line myself to off, off. You need to stop going on. That thing's taking me off. My Wi-Fi on my phone, they did an update on my phone and I'm really mad. They messed everything all up. Seven of Raphael. Time to make a decision. Be clear on what you want and take action. A need for detoxification. Are you flipping kidding me? Time for detoxification. Yes, I got the message. Nice to have it reinforced, though. They're not playing. They've been very kind to me thus far. Do not make me put everything down at once and let me do it my way. That helps it stick, like willingly, everything. Six of Raphael. Again. Embrace your inner child, new friends or rekindled relationships, children or childhood. Yep. Six of Gabriel. Congratulations, you've done a wonderful job. Time to move on to the next project. Awards, scholarships, and promotions. Hot diggity dog. And that, my friends, is the message for now. Thanks for hanging out with me. We're in this together, all of us. And I just want to say, Ninja SEALs, we are doing great. They're very pleased, and we should be very confident as we move forward. We just need to ask for help. That's the hardest part for humans mostly, because they've programmed to think us, they've tapped us in thinking that we can only have ourselves to rely on, and it's just not true. We have each other's, we can tap into each other's supporting energy without even knowing each other. We can ask gang, 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 gang. They will show up. I promise. I promise. And I don't make promises lightly. Have a blessed day. Be kind. Rewind if you need to. If you need to. It's okay. There's no shame in not having it right and perfect the first time or the second time. I mean, just put your best intention. Okay. If you have a question or remark or whatever, I do offer services. They're listed in the notifications. Okay. If you have something you'd like me to address or whatever, pop it into the comments and I will. I promise. And I don't make promises lightly. So have a blessed day. Thanks for hanging out with me. I mean it. I love you. I love you. I love you. I do. And I love me too. And we've got this. We've got this, ninjas. Peace. Have a blessed day. Catch you on the flip side, okay? Peace.